Hi, welcome to Think Big Thursdays. I'm Doug from the ICE team, and this week we're going to think about, does coronavirus show that God isn't loving? When we're faced with suffering, it can often challenge the truth that we know, that God is loving. Because if God is loving, how can he allow coronavirus to continue? How can he allow that much suffering to happen? Well, I'm not God, so I don't know the full answer, but I do have a few thoughts that might be helpful. 1. Free will. So free will is the idea that we as humans are free to act as we please. We choose what clothes we want to wear, what food we want to eat, and who we want to spend our time with. But we also choose how we're going to treat the people and the world around us. We choose where we're going to buy our food and where we're going to buy our clothes. But also, am I going to give my sibling the bigger piece of cake? Or am I going to keep it for myself? Now, having freedom and having free will is great. It would be terrible if we were told exactly what to do every second of every day. And God doesn't want to do that. He wants us to be free. But this freedom has consequences too. Number 2, we need to recognise that we as humans are responsible for a lot of the suffering that happens in this world. It's our fault, generally, but it's also our fault personally. I know that I'm responsible for a lot of bad things that have happened in this world. And we could have dealt with this virus differently. When we think about world hunger, millions of people go hungry every single day, and yet there's more than enough food for everyone to have a full belly. Humans could solve world hunger, and we could have dealt with this virus differently, and perhaps even better. I mean, 3 weeks into lockdown, some people are still ignoring social isolation. We need to recognise that at least some of the suffering that's been caused by this virus is our fault. And number 3, we can be sure that God is loving. Because Jesus, who is in very nature God, did not consider equality with God something to be used to his own advantage. Rather, he made himself nothing by taking the very nature of a servant, being made in human likeness, and being found in appearance as a man. He humbled himself by becoming obedient to death, even death on a cross. God is so full of love for us that he did all of that for us. And additionally, on this point, in the Bible it talks about how God is going to use all things for good. Even the death of Jesus at the time looked like the worst thing that had ever happened, and yet God used it for the saving of us all. So there are some thoughts on this question, and ultimately, I don't know why God has allowed this to happen, but I trust him, and I know he's loving, and somehow he's going to use this all for good. Hope you enjoyed this Think Big Thursday video. If you did, give it a like and subscribe for more videos. But what do you think about the question? Pop your answer in the comment section below. Remember, you can follow us on Instagram and on Facebook, and check out the ICE website too. But that's all from us. See you next time.